focus. This would be day 10, although it is day 12. I have my good reasons for being behind today, but focus. The term, when it first came to mind, reminded me of a friend of mine for some years ago named Kenny. I like to call him Fuzzface. There's reasons for it. He always had learning disabilities. Not that he was slow, he's just not everybody's quick to learn, whether it's math, spelling, arithmetic, or writing, reading, any of that stuff. So in this case, I noticed that over the years that his comprehension, his reading skills, his math skills, everything became more focused whenever it was involving an RPG. And I imagine that holds true for a lot of people. And some of us in the hobby, one of those dark closet secret things we're ashamed or don't like to talk about, or we know somebody who otherwise would not be engaged in things like reading, right? We read a lot, or most of us read a lot when it comes to role-playing games. So it's like comic books. A lot of people who some people will disparage the fact that all he ever read was the comics, the Sunday comics or comic books. Well, in part was because reading was very difficult for some individuals. Kenny, for example, he agonized. He always wanted to read a bunch of Dragonlance novels, and I watched him. He always had one handy, and he would read word for word and very slowly, and he would have to go back and reread, and he was having trouble understanding how the words played together, as opposed to someone like myself, which I'm very fortunate in that aspect. I had a college level reading proficiency when I was in elementary school and never had issues with reading and comprehension. When I read something, it's like watching a movie or a book, or a TV show or a documentary. So just because, like, I have a bit of dyslexia and I have a bit of a stammering problem that I work hard to try to control, doesn't mean I can't read and I can't write and that I can't envision and comprehend what it is I'm reading and doing. So this is a good side of our hobby for a lot of people, that it helps open up the opportunity for advancement or for learning of skills, to learn how to focus on the moment and the project and the work in front of them, to focus on their character development, or focus on opening up that maybe they're very shy or they're very reclusive to some degree. They tend to shy away from contact with social situations because they feel awkward or inadequate or a number of other things. And our hobby does a good job of opening that up and reinforcing these people and giving them opportunities. Kenny still struggles with reading, but he reads a little more than he used to and a little quicker than he used to, and a little less problem for him in the process, and he continues to play. Isn't that part and parcel of what it is we're like to achieve as the community that surrounds and supports the hobby? Just, my 2 cents.